right, so today we have 24 sneaker releases to look forward to in 2024. I found this article on HypeBeast earlier today, and I figured it'd be interesting for us to discuss and just, see if there's anything good coming in 2024. Also, HypeBeast has been like on me recently. They have been just like reposting so many of my photos, and I'm
Oh, I
like,
love it.
"What's up with this? You have a crush? Come on, send me a DM." Send me a DM,
Yeah,
baby.
really.
But yeah, we'll get into that here in a little bit. But Charlie, what's up, dude? How was the week? Anything new?
Yeah, I got my first Whatnot sale tonight, so I've been prepping for that.
I'm
Pretty
excited for
excited
that.
about that. I would swing the camera around, but I cleaned out the closet, so I have my entire sneaker collection in front of me, and then I took
Oh
down a
gosh.
shelf, and I got stuff that stack over there, stuff that's up for buy now, and then everything down here, $1 auctions. So got some hats and
That's
stuff
great.
that
Do
I'm
you
popping up
have
tonight.
do you
So
have a number of pairs or have you even counted?
total sneakers.
Yeah. That you're getting rid of tomorrow or tonight, sorry.
2, 4, 6, 8. About 15
Too
pairs
many.
in the buy it now, and probably about 15 to 20 on the $1 auctions. So
That's not bad.
should
I
be
feel like
fun.
that'll be fun because
Yeah,
this is
no,
your
I'm
first time doing a
I'm
whatnot
excited.
stream,
I've
right?
had a lot of good feedback with it. I've had a lot of people bookmarking it, so I'm excited. I tossed a few some personal Winona Kicks hats, so people that have been asking me
Smart.
about those, I got a couple of those up for just kind of funsies. So yeah, I don't know how it's gonna go. I'm not on a Blazonary or John Carl level at all. So yeah,
I
I'm
could see
excited.
it though.
So hopefully it goes good, and then I can be the new way I sell because I like the platform. I know people there. It's fun. It's super easy to list stuff. You take one photo, put in the description, and then the description just autofills like size, condition, everything else, and
Oh,
then
it's
you
so
just
easy.
post it. It's super simple. Fees are pretty comparable, if not less than apps and stuff. Shipping's all done in there. Buyer pays it, automatically get a label. I sold a pair on Buy It Now already, and it was
Mhm.
perfect because I didn't even know you could buy stuff early, but labels were super easy. It's just quick. So hopefully it works out
That's
and
nice.
people buy stuff and I don't get burned on these $1 auctions. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, been
I'm
doing that.
curious what the hats will end up landing on,
I have no idea. I have no idea. They could go
right?
for $20. They could go for 150. I have no idea. It's gonna be fun though. So
Oh, what do I think?
take a guess. I got 3 of them. I'm tossing up for $1.
Which colorways? The orange,
All the orange. Yep.
gray.
Orange
Oh,
suede.
all orange. Oh, that's like my. No, I'm no, I have the green one up there now, but that's my
I know you've
personal
had it up there.
favorite.
Yep.
I think it's just that and the. I, actually, no, they're all gas. Like just the color, man,
No,
pops.
it's
That
simple.
burnt
This one's
orange.
number 94 out of 125. So I kept a few personals
Yeah.
just to have around because we never re-released them. So
Hmm.
that's the only time I'm gonna have that colorway. So
I feel like it's gonna be over 100.
no shot. I would be
I
shocked.
feel like it is.
I know that there's been some that have sold on eBay actually and grailed because I've gotten people that DM me and they're like, "Hey, I finally found one. Like I've been looking for a brown one. I bought it for $80," and I'm like,
See, exactly.
"That
Like it's
hurts." We
the
sold them for
scarcity
55.
thing. Like people obviously want them, but
Yeah.
there's no way to get them. So it's like
We'll see. I
I
don't know.
could
The
I
orange
could
didn't
see 100
sell
to
as good as the other
150.
colors, so I'm curious. But honestly, it's a pair. It's a hat that I wear all the time. It's one of my favorites too. It's a good
Yeah.
subtle pop up color. Which, by the way, we have another hat drop happening early February. Productions in the works. They're getting
Mm.
finished up now. I got the samples coming to me in about a week, so be on the lookout for that. So
Gas.
excited
I'm
for that.
excited, man.
But
I'll have
yeah,
to tune in for a little bit. You said it's at 7 your time, right?
7 o'clock my time. Yep,
Yeah. We're setting an
should be
alarm
fun.
on my phone
So.
real quick so I
And
remember.
then besides that, I can finally talk about it since I've posted a video on it. I am moving
Yep.
in 2 weeks. So we just got the clear to close. My wife and I bought a townhouse and we just got the clear to close yesterday. So we are closing on it on the 26th, planning to move the 27th. So we are going to be, I'm going to be doing a whole new creating my dream sneaker room / content room series. I got the whole basement the wife gave me. So I'm very excited for
Mm.
that. And no, I'm super hyped. So it's the move's gonna be a process with all the shoes and we actually have like furniture and stuff now, but very excited for
That's
that.
the
So
one thing. It's the one thing I'm nervous about with like moving again.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, now I have things. Like
Exactly.
a
Yeah.
lot of things.
It every
Oh
year it's
man.
been progressing from college dorm to having nothing to moved into a house, got a little stuff. Then I got my own apartment, an extra room, it's more
Yeah.
stuff, and then move in with my wife, and now it's more stuff. We got dishes and kitchen table, and now we're gonna be in our own place, so it's gonna be even more stuff eventually. But once we get in it, it'll be nice because I work from home, so I can throughout the day kind of do stuff, and it's our own place, so I can hang shelves, I can do a whole bunch of different stuff. So I got some fun ideas in the works, so I'm
Yeah,
excited.
you're gonna have a sick studio, dude.
Been prepping for that. So speaking of that, Rich, ex Looksy design guy, we had on the podcast, which funny. So we dropped that podcast and then left Looksy's
Like
like
the week
yeah, a
later.
week later. But he's got some cool stuff in the works. He can't really talk about it yet. I don't really even know all the works, but he's started up a boutique with his wife, Gray Tones. Check that out. Kind of a cool clothing brand. But
Nice.
anyways, he shot me a text last night. He's like, "Man, I need some advice. Like, I want to do a dream sneaker room too. Like, give me some advice and kind of figure it out." So hopefully he does his own series with it because his content, I wish he would post more because he's like sneaky good at it. And
Yeah.
Rich, if you're listening, like get after it, man, because I like watching. He just posted like a champs video unboxing of some Pumas today that I really liked. So I kind of want to see if he does the series as well. It'd be fun to kind of
He has to.
tag team it.
I feel like it's just such a fun thing to document.
Mm-hmm.
Not just like for the viewers, but like for you to look back on. Like I was looking through my old photos the other day because I was gonna post on New Year's like, oh, this is where we started with the setup and here's how it's going
Yep.
now. But I didn't have any like really good photos of my old setup, but it was just like literally this L-shaped desk with 2 monitors, and I was like, there it is. That's all it is.
Yep.
Like, and now I've got this whole room way too filled up with just random
Oh,
stuff.
I know.
I'm like, I'm looking at the closet right now, and I'm like, I have to get rid of some of these. I really do need to do like a whatnot stream
Do it.
sometime, like maybe like mid this year. We'll see.
When
'Cause
you
I'm sure
do
we'll
it,
get
let me
more
know
stuff.
because Giancarlo, it's close friend. He's got me in contact with some people at Whatnot. They've helped me set it all up, figure the whole thing out. So if you ever do it, let me know.
Yeah, no, that's
Make
sick.
it happen. And you can watch
Well,
mine tonight and see how it goes. Giancarlo brings the energy. He does a bunch of items, so I'm going to be a little slower. We only got 15 things. I don't know if it's going to be an hour or 3 hours. I don't know if it's going to be stuff's going to. I mean, $1 auctions, I might just get burned, and there might be 20 people in there, and I might just sell everything for $20.
have
It
you
is what it
done a
is.
lot of like live streaming?
I have maybe done 5 or 10 live streams ever on my socials.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's where it's like I'm gonna pop a Red Bull and just try to keep the energy up. But like this podcast, like when I'm doing clips and stuff, it's like, man, I'm sitting there and I look dead. Like I don't know. It's like keep the energy up for an hour podcast is enough for me. So this
It's
whole
hard. I
Whatnot
mean,
thing
it
is gonna be
definitely
interesting.
is. I've been like watching. I've been trying to at least like hop in on people's like TikTok lives recently, just kind of like whoever I'm
Oh yeah.
following, if they're into sneakers, if they're into whatever, I'll hop in. And like a few times, not like within the past month or so, but in the past, I'll like hop in and kind of go live with them.
Oh, there you go.
And that's fun, but it's just weird. Like I've always wanted to do it. And I was watching Roscoe's stream this morning. I watch his every now and then
He's
just
like
because he
the
goes live.
sneaker streamer.
Yeah, he goes like live middle like morning-ish, and I'm just sitting there working, like sending emails, and I'm like, I'll join his today.
Yep.
And it was fun, but I've always wanted to go live and do like the gaming and stuff like that because I know you can do that on TikTok too with like the stream key and do your
I've thought about that
Xbox
too,
to
but
it.
I feel like I
I've
would
really
get
thought about it.
canceled. Like
I know, same.
that, and
I've talked
it's
about
not
it a
even
few
saying like I'm
times, and I'm
vulgar or
like,
anything, but when I'm playing with my buddies and stuff, like we're just like,
there's no filter.
yeah, we're close. Everyone
Just
knows that. Like we're close buddies. Like, and part of it's like I play like Forza. Or we were playing NHL last night, having a blast. Like play that to almost unplug and plug into like a relaxed mindset a little bit, and just kind of
yeah.
like hang with the buddies, like half
It's
like
hard.
one of them lives out of the States now, and it's like that's like when I can catch up with him. And so,
Same.
but I've thought about that. I mean, it would be fun to do that. Maybe we do like a 75th episode, like
Something.
to stream some Minecraft or Fortnite or something, or
That would be fun.
some Black
One
Ops.
thing I've really wanted to do, because you can do like Warzone custom lobbies, you just
Mhm.
need like 50 people. I was like, dude, it'd be so fun to just live stream, like you live stream, me live stream, a few other like creators, Roscoe,
Mhm.
whoever, and just get a big group of like our like fans, followers, whatever you want to call them, just people we
Mhm.
like. Live stream it, have a blast, do that like once a month. I think it'd be so fun.
Well,
And we could get so
I know
many
I could
clips,
get John Carlo on some Fortnite. I've played with him, played with
right?
Brian Ware, Chance, Gigamus. I mean, we could get a couple
Yeah.
of people on there. That would be fun.
Be fun. I may start digging into that.
Hey, if you set it
Maybe
all up,
sometime
I'm in.
soon.
Count me in.
Bet. I will let you know.
I don't know who else would
But,
not be interested in that. I think it would just, and if anything, it would be more fun to just catch up and talk creator stuff with people.
Exactly. I
So-
feel like it'd be a blast. But outside of that, I definitely need to work on that. But did you pick up any new sneakers this week?
Actually,
Mr.
I just got an
always have 10
insane
pairs?
packaging today that I have not shown anybody.
Can you talk about it? Or I guess I'm assuming since you left your seat. Also, if you're listening to the podcast, watch this on Spotify because we're going to be talking about 24 new sneakers coming out, and you're going to want to see them. I'm
All right.
sure.
So yes, I can talk about the first one. Shout out Sunset Sneakers, love those guys.
Rock and roll.
Bodega, friends and family dunk
I-
highs. Love these. I've been
I
wanting the
love
friends
that
and family
shoe.
pair forever. Got a steal
Love
on them,
that
dead
shoe.
stock. Super cool pair.
Mm.
Honestly, I don't know if I'll keep them around. Probably.
I
I've
get
wanted
it.
them forever, so maybe. And then the next pair, I don't know if I've talked about these, but this is not an ordinary pair. This is a sample pair. Promotional sample, promo sample, Nike SB. Do you have any guesses? Do you know or do you not know?
Oh, I want to say we talked about this. I don't know if it was on the podcast or off the podcast. I'm trying to remember.
So I'll just unbox it. Strange Loves.
That's what it was.
Yep. Strange Loves promo samples. They got the promotional sample on the side. It's got the extra
That's cool.
tag explaining what it is. Promotional sample on the inside. Dead stock pair. Absolutely nuts. I don't think I'll keep these just because they're insane. I'm probably going to keep them for a bit. Maybe sell them size 11.5 if anyone's interested in some promo samples. It was too good of a deal to pass up. Plus, I wanted to do content on them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those deals where bundled the bodegas, got a little deal because I might keep those as a personal. And then the samples, I don't do any sample content really ever. And I was like, hey, let's give it a try. So
Try it.
cool pair. Crazy pair. Didn't think I'd ever.
That's
own
kind of
those.
an easy video too. Like,
It's just the shoes speak for
this
themselves.
is not your typical strange like. Then just
Yeah,
diving.
no,
Oh,
I mean it's got the
different.
Nike employee name on there. Like it's got everything about it. So I mean it's like legit. So
That's crazy.
video on those, but yeah,
Insane.
that's about it. What about you?
Hmm.
I know you
Dude,
got
we
some
all-
New Balances.
I do have some sneakers. Before that, craziest thing happened to us like 2 nights ago. So we went to the Atlanta Botanical Garden light show, which is just big, beautiful garden,
Yep.
cool, crazy lights, and had a nice dinner and all that stuff. Nice little date night. On the way home, dude, we were going like, I was driving, we're going like 75 miles an hour,
Oh,
maybe
boy.
80. I don't know. We were just chilling on the road. Car in front of us is a truck, and it had a mattress in the back, and the mattress went flying in the air. And this was like probably 5 cars in front of us.
I'm sure you don't have a
It was-
dash cam too.
No, I
Ugh.
wish that the second it happened, I was like, oh my God, if we would have got that on camera. It was hurtling towards the car, and I had to like slam on the brake, whip it to the right to
My
get in the other
gosh.
lane, and it landed like right in front of us. And I was like, that was the craziest thing. My heart was like racing. I was
Any
like, I feel
damage
like
to
I'm
the
in
new
GTA
car?
right now? None, thankfully.
Ooh.
fingers crossed.
God, I wish we had
But
the
I
dash
was
cam of that. That would have been
freaking.
insane.
It literally looked like something out of like Final Destination. It was just hurtling towards you, and Anna goes, "Oh my god!" And I just whip it. Crazy. I felt like a race car driver. But outside of that, it's been a pretty chill week. Just been focusing on catching up on content.
Pretty
Almost
chill.
died. Now I'm like, working on content. Do have a few new pairs, 2 earlies. Nothing like crazy. I posted the photos of these today, but the denim ones.
Ooh.
I actually really like these.
We just talked about those last week. That's crazy. You got
the midsole, outsole is all like that Nike grind material, so it kind of has that speckled look.
So it's not just a
same on the
standard gum
midsole.
outsole.
Yeah, but it's more faint on the midsole, so
Okay.
you can't see it. Got that tie-dye effect.
Is
Hard
there
to kinda
any
see.
bleeding between the blue and the white? Because I remember seeing that on
So it's
this photos.
I know. It's tie-dye, so it's not bleeding, but there is like a few little hit. You can see it better on the inside.
Yep, there we go.
Kind of, but it's just it's kind of like a cloudy look.
So it's
they're
not
really sick.
White and blue. It's white, but it's tie-dyed blue.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
You have to see it in person because I don't even know where the other shoe is. But
there was another pair
every
like that at Dunk
was a
like
little
a year ago that was like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, but then it has the little like embroidered nubs.
Yep.
Instead of the air holes. But it's a cool shoe. I'm really excited to see how people customize these because people go crazy.
It would have been so cool if they just did an all canvas and then provided dye. That would have been really cool.
They need to do that because they did that on Dunks.
I think they did that
Dunk
for
High,
some clothing too.
Yeah, they did that. These are fine. 14s.
Yep.
Suede is really buttery.
Gray suedes or what's the name of those? Do you know?
I have no idea. I need to look them up. Cool gray, suede, something. But
fair enough.
If you like 14s, quality is sick. So
I don't. Big Al does.
I don't. Then Mo blessed me with 2 sneakers for Christmas, which was awesome. New Balance 998, which is probably my favorite. I have like 4 favorite models that they do. So I don't know. But this one's really sick.
Is that
nice
gray or
sea
green?
foam.
I can't really see.
It's green. It's like seafoam almost. But I just think it's a great shoe. Their general release shoes have been insane.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, these are like the Made in USA lines, so they're all designed by Teddy Santis from Aimé Leon Dor, so that's kind of a collab, but also not. But then first pair of
those are clean
990 V6s.
Have you worn those yet?
Something light. Not yet.
They're super
I'm gonna make
comfortable.
a video
V6s, I love those.
Before I wear them. So.
Those remind me of the Carhartt V6s too, that colorway. It looks like kind of similar.
They do. I'm excited he got me these because I've been wanting to try them. And I'm like, hey, easy.
I got my MSGs. I love them. They're super comfortable.
Yeah, I forgot you had those. But he hit me up like a month ago and he was like, send me a link of like 5 shoes that you would want for Christmas.
Isn't that the best?
Pick one. I was like, okay. And then it was funny because he was like, so send me the list. Like, just send it to me real quick and I'll pick 1. He said 1. I was like, okay, fine. Give me a little bit. He's like, you don't know 5 shoes? And I was like, no. So I like was digging everywhere to find, I'm just so picky that I'm like, I can't just pick 5 shoes off the top of my head. I feel like so many brands have so many sick pairs. But yeah. So he originally was like, boom, here's these. Merry Christmas. And I was like, dude, no way. Sick. Love these. I'm going to wear them a lot. And then after we talked for like 10, 15 minutes, he was like, oh, and since you go above and beyond, since you've been crushing the content, here's another. And I was like,
that's sick.
Let's go, dude. So shout out to you.
That's sweet.
But that was fun. It was very fun. Let's see what else. Outside of that, nothing new. Just trying to, I have so many different ideas for content and I just don't know what I want to do. I want to do something different, which I know we talk about all the time.
Oh yeah, we do.
But something that's more like talking head, like me showcasing stuff. So I've just been brainstorming different camera angles.
That's funny you say that because wait till you see my video tomorrow about the final. Because I posted a final office tour on YouTube, which it did really well.
Yeah, I
Super
saw
hyped
it.
about
Very
that.
good.
But I did a short form one as well, and it's a bunch of weird camera angles and stuff. Maybe it inspires
That's
you a little
good.
bit.
I've been like messing around with like Lowe's style, how it's like the camera's up higher. Now I have the C stand, so I'm like looking down
It's
at me,
exactly what
which
I
makes
did
me look
yesterday when I filmed it.
really short, but I'm already short, so it's like whatever.
Yeah.
But
One thing I do want to
toying
get here
around.
at some point, I want to get a wider lens than 16 mil. I used to have a 14 to 24, and I want to get a 14 again. So
That
I
makes
don't think that'll
sense.
happen anytime soon, but maybe down the line.
That's what I was realizing when I was shooting some of it the other day. I was like, I really need another lens because I still have the stock one. This camera is like straight out of the bag. Haven't changed a thing on it.
That's pretty
I'm like,
impressive what you've done with it then.
isn't that crazy? I'm like, I really want to, but I'm like, there's so many other things that I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I need to pay for this, buy this. And
Oh,
so
I know.
this year,
Yeah.
I really want to focus on either upgrading the camera or start getting like lenses and
Because
whatnot.
if
So,
I could go back and do it again, I would. Because I was just going through like kind of end of the year tax stuff and figuring out what did I buy, what did like. Because I had a few different cameras, returned a few. Like, if I could go back and do it, I would buy the one that I want right away, the FX3, and not go around and mess around with it. I have the A7 IV, I had the ZVE1, I had different ones. I wish I would have just bought the FX3 and the Sony 16 to 35 off the rip instead of not even cheaping out a little bit, but like just out of stubbornness where I get a little cheaper one that's not exactly what I want. But then in the back of my mind, it's always like, God, I need the 16 to 35. And then now it's like, I have it and I don't even think about the camera. It's the same with the profile picture. Like now that I was thinking about this last night, I was like, now that I've done it, I haven't thought about it since it was done. And now it's like freed up mind space almost. So I wish I just bought it, was done with it. And then I got it for 4 or 5 years and then go to the next thing, buy it, just be done with it. So that's going to be little new mindset with me instead of just trying stuff out all the time, camera wise, figure out what I like and be better with it. So
that's smart. I mean, it's just smart way to do it.
You live and you learn. I mean, it is what it is, but if I could go back, I would just buy the good stuff and be done with it. And then it'll pay itself off. It just will.
Too true.
So
get some brand deals going here and just get the something. I don't even know what camera I want. Like I need something that's great for photos, obviously, or like decent for photos because it's not like I'm doing crazy photo stuff, but mainly for video. So
Fujifilm X100V.
I want one so bad.
Dude, Abby loves it.
So
she probably uses it. Wow, now that I've been using it for all my sneaker photos and stuff, but like when we went to cut down our Christmas tree, take photos with it, and we got a bunch of photos of Kirk, and it's just a fun camera to have because it's actually portable and it's not a huge lens, and it's just
and they look.
We bring it everywhere, so it's a ton of fun.
It's a crazy camera. Well, cool. That's pretty much it, I guess. Catching up. Do we want to dive into? Because I know we had 3 or 4 sneakers we wanted to talk about standalone from the list. Do we want to list first?
Let's go list first because I don't know what's included on the list.
Yeah.
All right, so I got the list here. HypeBeast 24 sneaker releases to look forward to in 2024. Right off the bat, we see 4 shoes up top. Devin Booker won some Sambas by Jound. We got some weird Louis Vuitton UGG things, kind of mischiefy, and then we got the black toe lost and found. So kind of some teasing there. But first, right off the bat, which is actually one of the no, it's actually not one of the ones, but New Balance first on the list. How are we feeling about that? Action Bronson 1906R.
I love that it's first on the list. I'll tell you that.
I do too.
But I think we talked about this shoe like 2 episodes ago. I love them.
We've got more pictures since then.
Yeah, like I can't argue it. This colorway specifically wasn't my favorite out of the. I think it's like 3 because there's a blue one and then there's like the white and pink
I
kind of
think
one
we
that
talked
you
about the
wore
different
the other
colorways
day.
last episode, but yep.
Yeah. So I'm excited for all of them. They're all going to sell out, dude. It's crazy to me that Action Bronson is now like that guy that is like has a cult sneaker following.
Which
Because it's like,
uh, honestly, I'm gonna be upfront. I have no idea who he really is. Is he a wrestler or
which makes
something?
sense. He was really big, at least to me, like in 2012,
Okay,
maybe to like 14 in the hip hop scene. Like I listened to him a decent amount, a lot of like
gotcha.
collaborations he was featured on. They were always really
So
good.
he's a
So I've
singer.
like, yeah, I've
Okay,
always known about him, but I was never like really following him. So it was like whenever New Balance announced, ooh, collaboration with Action Bronson, I was like, Action Bronson?
yeah,
Weird. And I've watched a lot of like Fuck That's Delicious, and he has another thing he does too, and I can't remember, but he does do like wrestling. He does everything. He's a
yeah. I'm not
crazy
even gonna
dude.
front. I just had no idea who he was until he came into the sneaker game. Which props to him for getting into it and diving into it like he
Yeah,
has,
dude.
because I'm sure he's gained a huge fan base, just like people like me that have no idea what's he about.
Insane.
But he's, I'm assuming he's kind of like a little wacky guy, likes different things. Just from the shoes, like colors have all been
Yeah.
crazy. The Lapises I really like. The other one, the
Very
first gen, and that's
polarizing
exactly
guy.
what these are. We have a lime green heel, we got an orange tone underneath, yellow,
That
green,
heel is
blue
so
outsole,
green.
yellow, gray, white, blue laces, orange inside. Like he's kind of wacky, is
And
what
it
I'm
clicks.
getting from it, but I like it. It's different.
You should listen to some of his music though. Check him out. His voice is very like
I'll give it a
recognizable.
listen right after this. Action.
Like the second you hear his voice on anything, it's just like, oh, that's Action Bronson. Like it's fascinating though. But cool shoes. Very
Interesting.
excited to see what he comes out with later on down the road too.
I like these. Yeah. Um,
Next up,
Nike Air 180
Ultramarine.
Ultra Marine.
Um,
I don't
uh,
really care.
I mean, yeah,
I know there's history with this pair. It looks like a pair of Hirachis combined with a pair of Air Maxes. That's kind of like the upper looks like that. Um, I know there's a history behind it. I remember them talking about it on the Sneaker Live. The
mm-hmm.
description, combining the great minds of Tinker Hatfield and Bruce Kilgore, Nike created the Air 180 in 1991 as the brand's leading development in running, which it failed to capture consumers' attention at the time. Its special editions for Yeet and Eminem in the 2000s played a key role in amplifying the silhouette. CDG did a variation of it in 2018, and now it's the OGs coming back in 2024. So there's a
It's
reason we haven't
cool.
heard about it, because it completely flopped, it sounds like, off the
Flop.
rip, and then they did a few collabs. But
There's like a very similar shoe that they've come out with sometime in the past like 10 years because I remember it when I worked at like Champs or Foot Locker or something like that. So it's like familiar, but I don't know. I don't think I would wear it. If they come
yeah,
out with like some really cool colorways with material changes, yeah, I may rock them.
yeah.
But
I mean, I'm
meh,
I'm out. It's a classic. I do props to Nike for bringing back OG stuff that not everyone's gonna like. Like
it's
the
about time.
even the Air Max One Big Bubble, like just that silhouette, like going back, deconstructing the shoe, doing all the work to make it exact spec of what it used to be. I love that. I'm glad that they're doing that. It's cool because there's a lot of history. But like this shoe, if they didn't bring it back, it would have just been forgotten about for just about ever. So
True.
Air Max
It's
180,
cool.
or
Here
just
for it.
Nike Air 180. It's not a Max, so correction there.
What's this
Um,
next one?
Here's another one. Bodie Nike Astro Grabber. So it looks like an OG waffle from Nike, like the OG like 70s. Um, do you know anything about this?
I don't.
So
I'm curious.
yeah, I'll read the description here. It's hard to explain what these look like. So again, we implore you to watch on Spotify or YouTube. But it essentially looks like one of the original waffle trainers, where he was really making the sole out of a waffle maker. Like that's where that came from. But it says Emily Adams Bodie. I don't know how to say her last name. Um, basically approach to menswear and women's wear since 2016 as it continued to serve up one-of-a-kind creations. It's rumored to be teaming up with Nike to bring back this archival silhouette, the Astro Grabber. The shoe, distinctly 70s aesthetic, is sure to align snugly with the Bodie sentiment. So it's a collab between Bodie, which I think that's how you say it. I don't know anything about him, but the Astro
Yeah, I've
Grabber,
never heard
which
of 'em.
seems to be like one of the OG Nike silhouettes. So again,
I'm
cool.
curious to see what they actually look like, because this is, I'm assuming, just the photo of what the original pairs
Yeah,
looked
yeah,
like.
you can tell
So
with the glue, and this
yeah,
is definitely an OG pair, and the
I'm
OG
just like,
waffles go for a ton of money. So
that tracks. I just
history,
don't know
cool.
what you would wear with that.
I don't know. I
You know?
like I wear my Cortezes all the time. That's like one of the OG shoes. They're
Yeah.
cool. I mean, what's cool about rocking those, and they're simple. They're pretty comfortable. They were kind of brought out for the jogging era. The Cortezes and these Astro Grabbers were more track based shoes. But you get people
Hmm.
that are older demographic that kind of notice the shoes. And if I wear a pair of Travis Scott Jordan 4s, I don't think anyone would care. But like,
No one would. Yeah.
been sitting in Chipotle lines like wearing Cortezes, and they're like, "Oh, that's the shoe from Forrest Gump." Like, so that part's kind of
Dude,
cool. But they're simple. They're
that
cheap.
happens to me all the time now with like these. Just a random like black and brown New Balance. Every time
Interesting.
I wear this shoe, I get someone being like, "Yo, those are sick New Balance, bro." And I'm just like, "Thanks." And they're like, "Man, I've been
Interesting.
been loving." They're like, "I've been loving these this year." Like some guy at the gas station last night complimented those, and he was like, "Man, I've been
That's
buying them all
awesome.
year." He's like, "I'm so excited," and I was like, "That's crazy to hear. I love
That's
that."
interesting. Yeah, I mean
It's
that's
weird.
cool. Kind of brings people together. I like it.
I love it.
Um Next one is one that I'm over the moon about.
Mm,
So I'm about to make a video about all the upcoming colorways of this. I already taken screenshots of everything, but the Nike Book 1, Devin Booker's signature shoe finally came out, and he is tackling a signature shoe, a signature basketball shoe, exactly how I would, where he's
mm,
basically thinking more streetwear rather than performance, which if you look at
yeah,
performance shoes from Giannis, the Greek Freak threes, or Kyrie Irving's new shoes, or Way of Wade, or even the Kobe sixes, or LeBron's, like the new LeBron's, the LeBron 21s now, I believe.
yeah.
Uh, they're more performance based, which is fine. It's awesome. We got the
It's
Kobe
what they're made
sixes,
for.
but
It's like,
nobody's like LaMelo, I guess, a little bit thinking more streetwise and collabs and stuff. But Devin Booker literally came out and said like this is supposed to be a clash between basically what, like, if you think Jordan 1s were a basketball shoe, and he's trying to make his
yeah,
shoe like that, which I love. So he came out with the original
I love it.
all orange colorway. It's 500 pairs, super limited, dropped at Art Basel in Miami. 500 pairs, again, super limited. Pairs are going for like 2-3 grand. Um, but there's just subtle details about the shoe that look really cool, like the tongue or the pull tab in the back is layered, and he's done different color
Yeah.
shades, so it's just cool. The material on the toe box on these was like an alligator. It looks like it looks like something you could wear on the street. And there's a ton of really cool colors that are coming out of blue. We've seen shattered backboards on the court. We
Yeah.
saw the purple metallics the other night he wore on the court. So I'm just
Hmm.
excited to see where it goes, because they're more casual shoes than basketball. They're kind of like a 50-50 mix. So, I mean, is this
Yeah.
something you would wear?
I would probably wear these, honestly, which is crazy, but it's just cool to see them finally develop a new silhouette that has the same DNA kind of formula that Nike and Jordan Brand have had forever,
Mm-hmm.
and then like just revive it into something a little more modern. And I think it's sick. I'm really excited to see the colorways that
Yeah,
they
I mean,
come out with later on down the road.
he's a huge retro Jordan collector himself.
That
He's
makes
just
sense.
really into it. He's got a really cool style. He's got the jumbo swoosh on the side. The front toe box kind of looks like a Jordan 1 already, like a mix between a Jordan
Hmm.
1 and an Air Force 1. Like,
Yeah.
they just look cool. And I don't know performance wise, but honestly, I'd probably wear them off the court more than anything. There's a blue colorway I want to find
For sure.
quick. Nike Book. You'll like these a lot.
I'm sure.
Um,
Yeah, just there's so much potential for crazy colorways, incredible materials, and make it more of like a hybrid lifestyle performance shoe that
Hmm.
I'm here
Yeah,
for.
no, I completely
Oh,
agree.
no way.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
slate blue, and then the back heel's got 96, the year it was born, and then it's got different colors on the pull tab on the back, but it's got a
that's a
really nice
hit.
sway. It's super clean, and he's got it with a pair. Like he's not doing promo images in basketball clothes, like he's wearing them with khakis like rolled up. Like it's casual, $150 retail. Um,
That's amazing.
yeah, here's some more pictures, but like you can see the layering on. I don't know, something about that layering looks cool. He's got an orange accent on it, but there's a ton of cool colors that are coming out, so
Yeah. That
definitely should be
colorway
on this
alone,
list.
that's a hit.
Oh, I know.
I would go for that. Like
There's I think he's gonna
that's
do like if
crazy.
he does something like that, like a brown or like a wine color or like a
Mm-hmm.
like just natural like natural neutral tones, but they're like almost matted. Like this orange is pretty bright, but if he did
Yeah.
like almost the hats, like a
Yeah.
just a different tone that's kind of popular right now, which I think he will. So book one,
I'm sure.
definitely a
That's
hit.
sick.
$150
I'm
retail
very
too is
excited.
not crazy. That's like the best that's like the median price for like a new shoe now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Here for it.
what are your thoughts on these next ones here? The Supreme
Oh, these
Clog
are
Posit.
I didn't know these were Supreme. We talked about these a little bit. Yeah, so it's
Mm-hmm.
like a foam posit, but with it's just a clog. Looks like the whole front of the shoe is just kind of like I don't know if that's elastic or just some sort of mesh material, but I want
No
them. I
laces.
don't know why I want these. If someone gifted me these like for a video, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna wear these a lot.
Yeah, I don't
But
see
going out and
myself
buying
buying
them,
them, but
because you know they're gonna be like $200,
probably.
right? Like I can already envision it on Nike saying like 210, and I would be like, yeah, that makes sense. But
Probably, yeah.
if I got them for a steal, I'd rock them just for fun.
I agree. Yeah, I mean clearance like $60,
Yeah,
but
I'd wear them to
Supreme on there
SneakerCon
kind of
as
is
a
like
joke.
this is not going to happen, but they're cool.
Yeah.
I'm curious like how comfortable and how much they actually stay on your foot because there is no laces. It's definitely like
Mm,
a mule, but the heel is definitely
yeah.
more raised up than like a Birkenstock mule, like a Boston. So I guess we'll have to see, but it's on the list.
Could be
Supreme.
cool.
It's an
Could
interesting
be
one.
cool.
Um, next we got some. These are post archive. So Hypebeast more of like fashion too. So we're gonna get some different brands that we don't usually see. But this is post archive faction, which is a clothing brand or a brand I'm assuming with
Yeah.
the On Cloud Masters. I've never had a pair of Ons. They're really
I haven't
popular.
either.
Those and Hoka's are like a really popular daily shoe. These are comfortable laces off to the side. It's an all gray silhouette. The outsole kind of reminds me of the midsole reminds me of the Reebok ZigTex. Do you remember those?
Yo, yeah.
That's exactly what it looks like, but
I
not
never made
wavy,
that
just up and
connection.
down.
It's
So,
cool. Like, it's not a bad shoe. I don't know. Like, I want to get a pair of Ons just to try them, review them, which I'll probably do like fairly soon. But I
mhm.
just can't land on which pair to
This
get.
pair, well, I would. This
That
just
one's
looks
not
like a
bad.
good walking shoe.
Yeah, I agree.
So light,
It's all right.
light material, almost looks water repellent. So on, I mean,
Excited.
I I really want to see, and maybe it's not even their lane, and maybe they shouldn't do that, but it would be fun to see brands like a Hoka or an On or um, even like a Hey Dude or different brands that aren't necessarily in the sneaker scene take more of like a Crocs approach where they do a bunch of different collabs and stuff, maybe even just
Yeah.
regular brands, but
I mean, Hoka's kind of been
they've been killing it.
creeping into that. Like
Yeah,
they've been
no,
doing
and
who? Bodega. Oh, there was someone else too. I can't remember,
which
but
Asics did big time this last year. I mean, they won a bunch of awards for being the most innovative brand on collabs and stuff. They did
yeah.
just a whole bunch of different stuff. I mean, the the Kith Marvels were those were Asics, weren't they?
Those were
Yeah,
Asics.
that's a big one.
And they started the year with like the Kith and Jound Keanu 14s. There's like a Naruto Keanu 14 dropping like tomorrow, I think. Like
there you go.
They're killing it. They're really killing it.
So yeah, I mean it would be fun, and maybe they don't even want to get into that lane, but it would be fun to see an on take more of a HypeBeast approach just to test it out, see how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, Asics is the same as On, like it's a running brand, it's a casual lifestyle brand, like same with New Balance.
Brain Dead did a collaboration with On.
Yep.
Last year or the year before. That was pretty cool, but I didn't go for it personally. But yeah, there's some collaborations in the works.
Yeah,
sure.
No, I like it. Legacy shoe here, Air Foamposite 1 Galaxies are coming back. Nike, what are your thoughts on the Foamposites, especially the Galaxies?
I mean, I could never wear this, but I mean, it's iconic,
I kind of want to buy you a pair just so you'll wear them and see what they look like on your feet, because they're huge. Like, I might get you a pair that's like 2 sizes too big, and then like see if you do like on foot.
It's like
photos.
half the shoes I do on foot reviews for. Like if you look, you can see my heel kind of slipping.
Just do a joke where it's way too big.
They're like an 11. I'm like, this is a size and a half too big.
Yeah,
feels weird.
But yeah, I know that these were lined up. People were beating each other up for these when they came out, and the Foamposite hype has not really come back since then. So I'll pass on them.
We'll see.
I don't know.
Yeah, same. I'm happy for everyone who wants them.
Yeah, no, I mean the OGs that like older pairs, like they're getting to the point where you might not be able to wear them as much. So if you can get a fresh pair,
what the hell is that?
That's exactly what I was thinking. So this is part of the early look on top, the Louis Vuitton footprint boot. It looks like a combination of Mischief, UGG, and Louis Vuitton in one. It's hard to explain what it is.
So like the bottom of the shoe, like the outsole, I think it's like in the footprint of a bear or something like that. I feel like it's a bear.
Underneath the paw print outsole. Yep. There you go.
So I mean, it's fine for I'm sure the low price of $3,000.
It's totally Louis Vuitton has seen Mischief with the big red boots, and there's other brands like X Heyday has done the cheese shoes, and there's other brands that are like see the success. Those blew up. They went from WWE to Fashion Week to like the Mischief boots were crazy. They were everywhere for a full week and a half. Like it was crazy. And so I'm thinking Louis Vuitton's like, let's try something like that. Let's do a bear outsole. Like let's make them $2,000 and make them like an UGG. But
dude, I forgot about Heyday with those cheese shoes.
They reached out to me right now.
They reached out to me a while ago. It was like after you got them and after like Bevan.
I know Bevan did a few things with them. Yeah.
Yeah. So they reached out like after all of that. They're like, "Hey, we would love to send you a pair and do a review." And I was like, "Nah."
Yeah, I mean, I did them in a YouTube video, and that was about it. They're crazy. I mean, it would make a good.
It would.
Another
but
short
it's
form.
Been, it's like, you know what I mean? I was like, everyone's already seen this. I don't.
Yeah, maybe I do a little like
space,
like the Fortnite boots. They came out, and then I waited on those to post, but it did good. So maybe I do something like that.
Yeah, that did so good for you. Yeah.
Insane. This is a big one. I know a lot of people are excited about this. Nigo and Nike on the Air Force 3 lows. Nigo is the founder of Bape. Huge back in the 90s, early 2000s. The Bapesta, all that. He's coming back to collab with Nike on the Air Force 3 low, which I don't even know what that model is, but it looks like a Travis Scott shoe. Like it's all brown tones, white, black, pretty simple. But
yeah,
iconic name in streetwear. What are your thoughts on these?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I don't think anyone was asking for this, but it's fine. It could sell out. I don't know. I'd have to see like the full. Is it a mid top or high top? Or no, it says low.
It's a low because it says low. Yep.
Ooh, no. For a low, that's like an ugly shoe.
I could see where you wear them with cargo pants or something like that, and they're kind of like thrifty, vintagey type vibe. But
they look like they would sit on the shelves at Foot Locker and be in the clearance section. If it
Yeah,
was like a
you're spot on with
you
that.
know, I don't know.
Which it's Air Force 3. There's a reason we've never really heard of it. So yeah, maybe he
There's
takes it out of
definitely
the
a reason.
woodwork and makes it popular.
We'll
But
see.
I don't know.
Would you rock? You would rock.
I got a new mindset going into 2024. I'm gonna only buy stuff that I would actually, which I'm saying this now, but I'm gonna only buy personal pairs that I would actually wear. So we'll see. I wouldn't buy these, no, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. This is actually one of the pairs that I was going to talk about after our list, which I don't even think we'll do the list. This is kind of running on the longer end, but the
fine.
Asics Gel NYC's collab with Hidden NY. Super hyped. They did, again, this is Asics, so Hidden just is a huge brand. It's basically just a theme page on Instagram, but it's kind of evolved into more than that. It's like I think of it as Supreme in the early days, where they start doing collabs and stuff. They sell stuff like crazy. They do drops like once a month. These are sweet. I know they did a super limited drop of a custom green pair. They did like 50 pairs. They're selling for like $3,000 right now.
I tried for those.
I did too. Yeah, there was all the early people with member accounts at Hidden. They got them. So if you paid,
bummer,
I think it's like $150 a year you get in the early access deal. But these are cool. It's an all white, green accents. What I really like, Hidden fashion. They got the Hidden logo on the back, but it looks like it's being edited in Photoshop. So it's got the boxes around it. You can adjust it. So just stuff like that, very Hidden-esque. So I think this is going to be more of a general release pair. Actually obtainable versus the other ones. So I like these.
I like cool. Them. That's a model I've been wanting to try this year. The Gel NYC, because I was like really into them last year when they officially like launched the silhouette, and there's like 2 or 3 general release colorways coming out in the next month or so that I'm like, okay, I need to get them just to try.
Yeah,
do a review, compare them, but they're cool. They're cool.
Yeah,
like
no,
them.
I mean,
Hidden has good stuff.
I just was cleaning the closet out and I found my Hidden Clarks, first pair of Clarks, and they are cooked. I wear them so much, but cool shoe. I mean, it's just fun to see what they do.
Here for
another Asics, the Gel Quantum with Cecily Bonsel. I don't know how to say that. Super like fashion weeky, like all black with flowers plastered all over it, but
it's all right. I mean, it's not for either of us, I don't think, but
no, it's runway shoe for spring summer. That makes sense. So, but Asics getting into high end fashion. Come on,
it, dude.
Let's go. Let's see it.
I love it.
Big one, big news here. The Black Toe Reimagine. Super. The mock-ups, who knows? But the mock-ups basically just a lost and found with the black toe. But I'm curious to see what these actually look like. If they are going to look exactly like the lost and founds, or if they're going to do it a little different, like they did with the reimagined threes, where it was not the same thing, but it was still the reimagined idea. So I hope they do something different. But I mean, if they did this too, just the lost and found, I'd
what
like
if it's just all canvas?
That would suck. That would just
they
be
would totally do
then.
that though. They would totally do that, and everyone would be like, "Why?"
They would,
but like it's a cool shoe, and I'm really excited for it. But I brought this question up on Roscoe's stream earlier today, and I was like, I don't think Jordan Brand is gonna have that good of a year. Like we can already kind of get a glimpse at majority of the releases throughout the year because that's just how Nike and Jordan Brand are. It's like, oh, it's January. Here's pretty much everything releasing. Like we already know the 11s. We already know this is a holiday release. We know the trophy rooms, Travis Scott, all that other stuff. And like just taking a look at everything all at once, it's like, yeah, I don't know. Not much faith from me, at least.
I mean, there's some highlights like the 85s that we were freaking out about a couple episodes.
Those are sick. Military Blues.
Yep. There's some stuff, but again, too, we always get rumors of stuff, but they might just pop out some stuff in June, July, August when it's prime time, and they're like, "All right, we're dropping 4 SBs." Like, we don't really know on the
Yeah.
SB lows. Those are usually kind of held close to the chest. So, and that's kind of
I'm
what I
excited.
like. So,
Just like so far, everything we know, I'm like, yeah, there's maybe like 2 or 3 pairs
yeah.
that I think are gonna be good.
And
But
black toes, I
we'll
definitely
see.
think are on the list.
Yeah,
Another
it's a
one here,
must.
Travis Scott, Jordan Munlo, Black Olives. I'm over Travis Scott. I think you kind of are too. Another one, it's just the
Yeah,
mochas, but it's a green tone.
I would get them. I mean, like I would go for them, but that's like a shoe. Like I could never wear that. Not because
White
I couldn't pull it
laces,
off.
maybe. The black nubuck is just, and maybe it's
It's
just the
it's
shadows on this photo, but
it's like
it's
the
like so
mentality I'm
dark.
in
Looks
when
like
I'm
a
like wearing
black
something
void.
hype. I'm just like I feel like a fraud.
Yeah,
It's like, oh yeah, I'm a hype beast. You know what I mean? It's like,
I'm gonna go for him. I've never hit on a pair of Travis ones, so just taking out
yeah,
on him. But Travis
mm,
coming out with more lows, which we thought we were done with, and the Canaries too
everyone's
that
gonna
are
go
coming
for
out.
it.
So
What do you think about those?
I
Would
hate
you
them.
wear
They're
the
terrible.
Canaries? Yeah,
And that was
I
before I knew they were his high school colors, which I respected a little bit, but still,
I
it's
get that.
ugly.
Mm,
Yellow and blue have
I'd
never
go for
gone
both.
good together in my mind.
We'll see. We'll definitely see. They're all gonna sell out anyway and go
True.
for
So it looks like we're hitting kind of
800
some
plus.
Nike stuff on the list. We'll fly through these. J Balvin's the black pair of Jordan 3s. You said, don't you kind of like these more than the other ones?
I kind of do, just
Okay.
because the others look a lot like the Ama Manier threes. So I'm like,
Yeah.
it's cool, but it's like
This is, yeah,
if
these are way different.
if someone
I like the
didn't
other pair way
know,
better, but
they'd be like, yeah, it's the same, but
yeah,
it's
no, I get that.
different.
So
That's
these
why
are
I like
cool.
it. Hmm.
Military blue 4s. We know about those. Hi. You
Gas.
just had those in. You like them? Can you talk about those a little bit?
I think they're sick. They just, I mean, like I never really. I mean, I've said this a lot. I've never owned fours.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try them on, like do all the on foot shots. They
Yep.
feel like you're just wearing boots, and that's like just a feeling I can't get over in my head. Where I'm like,
You got to
clanking
think of
around.
the third person view of when somebody looks at you and you're wearing 4s and they're like,
Exactly.
that's badass, man. He's got a pair of
Oh
military blue
yeah.
4s on. But when you look down at him, you feel
Exactly.
like that's how it is with foam posits too. The side view on foam posits, cool. Top down view
Yeah.
is disgusting. So I always,
Mm-hmm.
when I'm wearing 4s, I think that too because the tongue comes up really high. But then you're like,
Yeah.
I know I look cool in these.
And then yeah, I felt goofy wearing them, and then I watched back the video and edited it, and I was like,
Yeah, you're like, these are
these are
sick.
kind of cool. Like maybe I will. Like I go back and forth in my head where I'm like, I'm gonna get these. If I was to get a 4, it would be this. If that tells you anything, like I think
That
they're
says a
sick.
lot.
Yeah.
Mr. Saucony's ASIC man getting a 4. I think that needs to be your first
Fucking
4.
ace. Yeah. I feel like it should be.
Travis Scott, Jumpman Jack.
Best shoe of the year. Oh my god.
You being serious? I hope not.
This is sneaker of the year for 2024.
A crazy take.
Hands down.
I've talked about how I hate these. I know Seth does not like them.
Yeah, dude. I don't
Same
know.
thing. I mean, and maybe I've influenced Seth a little bit, but I'm over Travis. I don't know why, but
I mean, I don't know. I've just never really been into his like merch or shoes.
the one
I'm
thing
more
that
of like I'll
bugs me
listen to
about
your
the
music.
merch is it's so cheap quality, and I just don't respect that because when I do hats or when I buy something, I want it to be really good quality and to last a long time. If I throw it in the wash machine and it shrinks and the colors fade after one use, and you spent $90 on a T-shirt, I don't like that.
Dude,
That does not seem like a good value to me. So
it's all
the
about
shoes,
the
it's different because it's
experience.
Nike, but yeah, his merch has been awful. I mean, remember the chicken nugget pillow? How cool it
Yeah,
looked online, and then people got it in, and it was just awful. Like
terrible.
it was like $150. So
Mm.
Jumpman
Dude,
Jacks.
wait. Where's this at? Hold on. Tangent on quality. So I got a Bloody Sunday shirt
Oh
the other
boy.
day. Finally came in. The quality is insane.
Okay, good. I'm glad you said that.
The hang tag it came with, like, is sick, and it has this metal ring that you can unscrew, and it like goes through the size tag. And I was like, that alone is the sickest detail Comes in a sick bag. Like all of the tags have
Yep.
like little subtle branding and like little catchphrases. And I was like,
How much was the
this is
t-shirt?
why 55, I think.
Okay.
Which,
So not like
you know,
crazy, but not cheap.
medium
What's the
price
material on
range.
the t-shirt like?
Let me check. Let me grab it.
Because if it's like I know it's not a Gildan, but I'm curious. Like, you can't really tell what the blank is, but if it's like an LA Apparel or a Shaka Wear, I know it's a good quality.
It's all like I think they make the shirts, or they have
Gotcha.
a factory where they like.
Is
have
it
them all
heavier or
custom
is it
made. 10 ounce?
okay?
Which not bad. Like it has their little. All of their things are skewed. You can't really see it, but it has like 001
Yep.
on it.
Well, I'm glad it's good quality
So
because
many
I know
sick
that's kind of
details.
what he's going for with it.
Yeah, and like just gets in my head because I really want to do merch like that exact kind of style of merch. And now I'm like, after seeing this, I'm like, oh my god, this is like the level that I have to be on to satisfy myself.
Well,
Because
that's part of it too, and that's why it's fun to do it.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I've had Daniel for everything on the hats, but like every little detail, we've gone through multiple sample runs on hats, and it's like it's a process, and it's
a
tricky
lot of
too because
work.
it's overseas most of the time, and
Yeah.
if you want to get a good pricing for the end consumer, but yeah,
By the end of the year,
it's cool that brands are Jesse and
something.
Bloody Sunday, like they're putting in the effort, and like that's still a thing.
100%, because no one else does, and
Yep.
it shows. So
tangent
over, back into the shoes. But
back into the shoe, big shoe. I thought this was a fake picture. I think it's still. I don't know. The Salehi Benberry Crocs Pollux Juniper shoe. So he put this photo. Again, watch Spotify or YouTube. He put this photo on his Instagram. I sent it to you. I think I commented on it. I was like, "This has got to be CGI." Like, and I don't know if it is, but it looks crazy.
It's ridiculous. Like the whole upper is like breathable too. Like it's just one piece.
It's super breathable. There's holes in the heel. There's holes in the front. It looks like it would be good in the water, like a water shoe almost. It looks like an Ultra Boost upper, but then the Crocs Pollux outsole, but even more exaggerated where it like pops
and the sock
out.
liner, that same mesh texture is like identical to the pink and purple like 990 V2s that he did.
Yep.
It has that exact same mesh texture. So I love how it's kind of like calling back to that other pair he did. But dude, I didn't even think about them being like water shoes. They're probably
if it's like a rubber material up here, and this is like a really light mesh that would dry out quick. The grip would be insane, I'll tell you that. But I mean, just props to Salehi. I mean, he's been one that has not burned out on designs. The started off with just collabs on New Balance from when I found him on the 2002R, the green pair and the orange pair, and then it went into Crocs and the slides and the Pollux Crocs, and just crazy design that Crocs has never done before. And now the shoe, I mean, he's like one that you like keep an eye on over the next 2-3 years, because this is nothing. I never would have expected this, an entire shoe from Crocs. Like Crocs doesn't really do that. So, and it looks like a good shoe. So
isn't he, and maybe I read this wrong, but isn't he the creative director for Crocs now?
He might be.
I feel like I read that, or someone had it in an article and I didn't know. So I probably need to do some more research, but I saw that and I was like, interesting. That's probably...
He's the new creative director of Crocs Pollux Pod, which I think is like his own division.
Interesting.
So kind of not. I don't think the head of all Crocs, but
not the entire. Yeah.
No. So his own division. So it's like a Kanye.
So it's like
Adidas
Teddy Santis being,
or a Jordan Brand and Nike, or Teddy Santis, and
with Made in USA and not New Balance.
I think that's what it is.
That's cool. What a crazy title, man.
Yeah, those are crazy. And
props to
he's
Salehi.
been killing it. KD4 Nerfs, hyped about these. Hopefully they do the special box like they used to with the Nerf hoop and the Nerf gun that you got. I don't think you got a Nerf gun, but I know it was like a Nerf hoop. But cool, KDs. I'm glad they're finally coming back. These were I'm the basketball side of this podcast, and these
I'm
were
just
crazy
happy
back in the day.
Nike's finally like doing the basketball thing again. Because I
Same.
feel like, I mean, there's been
13 years
releases
since these dropped out.
obviously. Yeah, but like they are bringing back the heat this year with Kobe's, KD's, and
Galaxies, the
I mean,
Weatherman, and the Nerf all are returning to
Booker's.
2024. KD4s. Yep.
That's sick.
Basketball,
excited to
they're
see it.
definitely sizing up for a big year. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking
About
about
time.
basketball, next pair, Kobe 8 Pro Trail, the Venice Beach. You've had these
Beautiful.
in, haven't you?
Very vibrant colors.
They
in
look like it.
person. It's just
The
a
Kobe
great
8s are
shoe.
great shoes for the court too. Like definitely
Yeah.
performance based, but they just look cool.
Beautiful. A lot of people are excited about them too.
I don't
That
even
video's
know
been
what
getting
to
crazy views.
say on this next one. We don't really have an image. Issy
MT10.
Mayaka New Balance MT10.
I don't remember which model that is.
Yeah, we can just skip this. It's like a really slim. I don't know anything about it. It's just a fashion
Weird.
show runway picture, but you can't even see the shoe, so it's hard to talk about.
Fair.
Jound.
Anything New Balance, I'm here for.
Adidas Samba. Samba had a huge year last year. Jound's getting one. This is a clean color. I've never been a Samba fan. They don't fit my feet too bit well, but I like the yellow inside. Material looks solid.
I think there's 3 colorways that Jound is doing of the Samba, if I'm not mistaken.
Fair enough.
They all look very Jound, where they're just basic, but they all look clean.
That's their thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. The tongue material looks super nice.
Exactly.
And I
quality.
believe we got a couple more here. These I still don't think will release the Futura Nike SB Dunk lows. These were leaked last year. I remember kind of freaking out about it just because the colorway is insane. They released in like the summer these images. I don't think that I'll be surprised if they release the blue pair. It's got the translucent outsole, purple guts, signature on the back. Like they're cool.
Yeah. Will we ever see them?
I don't know. And I don't know. Picture's terrible, so it's definitely in just some factory, like right off the. Well, they might have displayed it a little bit, but yeah, I don't know.
Something.
If they drop, they're definitely a potential sneaker of the year. If they drop,
it's cool to see
because SBs usually are in that conversation. So
yeah, out of all the SBs we've seen so far that are slated for this year,
these are definitely like Paris SB vibes with the canvas material, and they're cool. So hopefully they do. I would love to have a pair. This isn't even a shoe; it's a sock. Balenciaga sock sneaker. It's just a sock with a rubber outsole. Isn't this Kanye's deal?
It was. There's a whole feud going on between Vetements, Ye, and Balenciaga. I think Vetements did it first, quote unquote, then Ye, and then now Balenciaga. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
It's a whole thing.
So, yeah. Sock shoes are those in for 2024? I hope not. Those would not fly in Minnesota, I'll tell you that. Wearing this in the winter, get out of here.
This is some stuff like I would walk into Wish ATL and see some dude wearing like rags.
Well,
in this,
think of like
yeah,
because I'm sure the sock material is nice, but think of like if sock shoes are the future. Like think of the knockoff sock shoes that like fall apart after one wear, like a bad pair of socks with rubber on the outside, like the Ross version. Yeah, wearing fake sock shoes. That would be hilarious.
Can you fake check these? Legit check?
And last pair here, I'm surprised there's only one pair on here, but some Solomons, the XT4 Margiela with Maison Margiela. I think that's how you say it.
Pretty close.
How do you say it?
Mason, or I don't know, the first Maison Margiela. It's just what I've always heard.
Okay,
but I like their design hues because they always have the kind of like numbers or like sizing kind of listed, and now it's on like the toe box. So
they look unfinished, prototypey, but I really like that look.
Yeah, is that a slip-on?
I didn't even see that.
That's a mule.
It definitely is. There's no back heel.
Okay.
That's
Okay, so
interesting.
I don't think I would rock with that, but
I don't think so either. It
it's
looks like we also have a calendar on the toe box with the number 6
that's the
circled.
thing that I was talking about. They have
Gotcha.
like on all the size tags or
Oh,
like the
okay.
tongue tags.
I thought you were
Like
talking
if you
there,
look at
but
their Reebok, yeah, the
gotcha.
Reebok collaboration had that too. It's
I
unique
like it. Yeah,
design. I like Solomon a lot. I
I do
finally
too.
wore my XT4s like on a hike the other day. Got a sick photo from it. I liked it. And
Did
they're
you
like
post it?
on my story. It was
Okay.
just like the shoe with like the mud
Oh,
around
I
it. But
remember seeing that. Yep.
yeah, yeah. It was they're really good, obviously, for hiking shoes because that's what they're made for. But
Mm-hmm.
gripping and everything, solid,
Gotta have that grip.
solid. Gotta grip it up.
Yeah, there you go. 24
think that's
shoes.
it.
Let us know what you're looking forward to this year. If we didn't
I
cover
was
it.
about to say, scroll through the list. Which of these pick like 2? What would you even
Book
go for on this
ones
list?
and
Maybe 3.
Book ones and Salehi's for sure for me.
Oh, that's
Those are the
hard.
2 I'm most looking forward to, just because of their new models and colorways. Who knows?
Yeah,
We're definitely gonna see multiple Salehi colorways of those this year,
I would definitely
which
say
I love.
Salehi.
What about you?
Salehi and Action Bronson, probably the 2 that I'm like, yes.
Salehi's and Actions. Okay.
And
Yeah,
they're like best
like it.
friends too, so that's fun.
Let us know what is your favorite on the list, and let us know if we didn't cover anything. I think we covered a good wide spectrum. We even got some high fashion in there, which we never do, but
Some high fashion.
gotta love it.
Crazy. Well, thank you all for listening, and we'll catch you next week.
Sweet.
Peace out.
Peace.